about Blaze? Isn't there one more suspect, Agent Lang? What's this? Didn't we prove it earlier? Last night, there was one more person here. Blaze the Best. You're saying he's the one who did it? Last night, John was not alone. Blaze the Best was here too. Shouldn't we consider him to be a new suspect? Blaze the Best. Killed the president? It's entirely possible. Blaze the Best. It can't be. The same guy from 12 years ago? Oh. 12 years ago, that keeps popping up. Yeah, it popped up in the courthouse too. Well, a lot's changed. It all happened over 12 years ago. Back then, he and my old man were close friends, and our clan protected the president's life. Oh, the best thing was kind of run into the ground with Blaze's son, Sebastian the Best, or the Best. He kept claiming he was the best prosecutor because of his surname. He was annoying at first, but I actually quite like his character now. He's, actually grown quite a bit. Lang, don't tell me you're the one from 12 years ago. You got it. Ain't this nice? Now you're finally going to prison, where you belong. 12 years is a long time coming for a suspended sentence, don't you agree? Agent Lang, what happened 12 years ago? Nothing that concerns you. On the contrary, it might just have some sort of connection with this case. Everybody is involved in this somehow. You got Patricia Rowland, Blaze the Best. Well, those two, at the very least. And I suppose you have some proof, Mr. Prosecutor. Show me evidence that there's a connection between this case and the one 12 years ago. Oh! We have Patricia Rowland's bloody report thing. It says about the, something from 12 years ago, I'm pretty sure. Evidence, you say? I'll have a look now, actually. Does this say anything? Please get revenge from 12 years ago, so that does too. Basically, look for anything that mentions 12 years ago. The report from Report On lately also mentions it, doesn't it? Yeah, there you go. That thing he laid to rest in front of the flower beds 12 years ago. Simply must retrieve it. So, either or. So, letter from unknown or report on nightly. Alright. If you don't have any evidence, then there's no point in talking about it. Is there any evidence that connects this case with what happened 12 years ago? Yeah. Should I present this one? I know it won't matter. Yeah, sure. This letter was sent to Joel Crane, who was murdered 2 days ago. Although the sender is currently unknown, here, it is written as follows. Please get revenge for 12 years ago. What? 12 years ago? That's not all. Take a look at this as well. Oh, it presents both of them. Of course it does. This is a report written by Patricia Rowland to Blaze the Best regarding Knightley. Please read this part here. That thing he laid to rest near the flower bed 12 years ago. Agent Lang, something big is happening here. Joe Crane's murder 2 days ago, and now the President's murder today. There has to be some connection there. And the key to solving it lies in what happened 12 years ago, does it not? You're asking me to reopen the old wounds to the Lang clan. Agent Lang, I beg of you. Wait, who said that? Who was that just now? Shifu! Oh, it's his men? You guys, what are you all doing here? There's only 3 of them. We followed you here, Shifu. We heard that Shifu was investigating the incident from 12 years ago. You idiots. I'm not your boss anymore. Get back to your own posts. Sir, we can't do that. What do you say? Are you disobeying my order? Shifu, we also beg of you. Reinvestigate the SS5 incident from 12 years ago. None of us could ever forget that case. We know you feel the same way, Shifu. Is it going to be down to us to solve it? More than likely. Agent Lang, even your former subordinates decided to reinvestigate the case. And you think you can solve the mysteries of that case? Perhaps I can. With your help. I got it. I accept your invitation. Oh my god. Shifu, Shifu, Shifu! Now then, with that decided, I guess it's my turn to shine. Kay? We're investigating a case from the past, right? And guess what the best tool for that is? Little Thief. The Little Mr. Thief. Right. If we have the case files from the past, I can recreate it. Unfortunately, I don't have the case files. Huh? What do you mean? Access to those case files is restricted. It's being treated as highly classified information. Fantastic. Why is that? I don't know, but it seems like there were a lot of things that they wanted to keep hidden. Even what I know is limited to what was published in the newspaper back then. That will not be a problem. In any case, please tell us what you know. Sure. Any information we get can be used to recreate it. The SS5 incident. The incident occurred on a winter day, 12 years ago. It was the 10th of February. The police department in this country received a call from a group of kidnappers. We've kidnapped President Huang, they said. Kidnapped? The SS5 incident was a case of President Huang's kidnapping. They demanded a ransom of $100 million. Oh god, I should have done the Dr. Evil voice. $100 million. 100 million? Wait, just how much is that? A lot. It's such a large amount, she's having trouble visualizing it. Surprised Gumshoe didn't come in and say, I could buy so many noodles with that. That night, my old man was the last person to meet with the president. They were together at the Zhengfa embassy until midnight on February 10th. After that, no one knows what the president was doing up until he was kidnapped. With the president's life at stake, the Zhengfa government frantically gathered the money. After that, the ransom was delivered and the president was returned safe and sound. So, President Huang has been the president since 12 years ago. That's really amazing. Well, being in office for so long is just a small part of how amazing the man is. Lang seemed a bit happy when he said that. And what happened to the kidnappers? Well, a top-secret covert investigation was carried out, then a secret trial was held. A trial? Does that mean the suspect was caught? The suspect was Patricia Rowland. Then, the reason you came to the prison a few days ago was to see her. Yeah, I was put on extended leave from Interpol. So, I decided to go back and reinvestigate what happened 12 years ago. Ah. First, I had to get a look at the face of my target. So the trial 12 years ago ended with a not guilty verdict. Yeah. Back then, my old man was in charge of every aspect of the president's security. He took responsibility for the kidnapping and was relieved of his post as bodyguard. But he continued to investigate as a regular police officer until he finally found the culprit. And it was none other than Patricia Rowland. There was no way she could be innocent. However, the result was a not guilty verdict. In the end, the case went unsolved. Crushed in both body and soul, my old man resigned from the police. What was the basis for arresting Patricia Rowland? There was a lot of evidence, at least that's what I think. But I can't see those documents for myself. So that's where my story ends. What should we do? With only this much information, even the little thief would have a hard time producing a recreation. Is there really nothing we can do? Looks like you could use some help. Who's that? Oh! Franziska and Ray! I want to hear Ray's theme. His is way better. Franziska! And Mr. Shields, too! We finished up with the trial and finally managed to catch up with you guys. Here, take this. This is... it's the case files for the SS5 incident, sir. How? How did she know, for starters, and how did she get access? What on earth? So 12 years ago the president was kidnapped and a witness was killed. Oh, right. When Rowland mentioned 12 years ago, during the trial, it caught my interest. Okay. I looked into it immediately and got in touch with Interpol. I expected no less from you, Franziska. Don't get the wrong idea, Miles Edgeworth. I didn't prepare these documents for you, the former prosecutor. I did it for the sake of the investigator, taking up the case his father left behind. Sis. But I thought information on the SS5 incident was restricted to the public. That restriction was placed by the prosecutor in charge of the case, Blaise de Best. Blaise de Best was the prosecutor in charge? Him? However, as a result of the trial just now, Blaise's authority has been revoked. It's all thanks to his son. Really? Sebastian? By bringing down his father, the door to his past case has been opened. To this past case has been opened. Prosecutor de Best is currently wrapping things up in Patricia Rowland's trial. He told me to relay this message to you. Leave Pops and his cohorts to me. You guys just take care of the case on your end. Huh. He's become quite reliable, right before our very eyes. Truly. Aww. Alrighty then. This is perfect. Now that we have the files, just leave the recreation to me. I actually want to read it, because we don't really have much insight into it. Alright, the president of Zhengfa, Di Young Huang, was kidnapped on February 10th, 12 years ago. The kidnappers demanded a ransom of $100 million. Dai Long Lang confirmed that on the evening of the incident, the president was at the Zhengfa embassy until midnight. Prosecutor Blaise de Best, suspect Patricia Rowland. Wait, so the prosecutor in charge was also, you know, in business with Patricia Rowland. What on earth? Indeed. Well then, let us begin. According to these documents, it appears that the incident took place right in front of the Tower Plaza. Then let's head to the plaza right away. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. So outside the Grand Tower. Okay, would you please activate Little Mr. Thief? Right. With these case files, recreating everything should be a snap. Where should I start? Where indeed? According to these documents, it seems there was a witness to the kidnapping of the president, a freelance journalist by the name of Jack Cameron. However, he happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and was murdered by the culprit. So that would mean the place he saw the president at was here. Here? At the Grand Tower? No, the Grand Tower was only built around a year ago, okay? Before that, this place contained mostly old abandoned buildings. However, 12 years ago, this place was... Huh. Now you're finally talking about some stuff that I know. Yeah, 12 years ago, at this very spot was... the Happy Family Home. What's that, pal? It was a place where children who had lost their parents could live. Or to put it simply, it was an orphanage. Oh. So, the president was kidnapped at that orphanage. And the head of that facility at the time was Patricia Rowland. Apparently Rowland always referred to it as her home. It seems that suspicion would naturally fall upon her. Patricia Rowland, Blaise de Best, and President Huang. The darkness that remains from the SS5 incident still casts a shadow on the present case. Okay, I'd like you to input the investigation data from Jack Cameron's murder case. We could probably assume that he was killed by one of the kidnappers. So if we solve the murder case, we'll know who the kidnappers were, right? Precisely. I'm counting on you. Here we go. Woo! Recreate. Oh, wow. Oh! I've already noticed something. There are 3 flower beds. What the heck is this? Everything's green. I've come to expect such reactions. This is a recreation of the grounds of the facility that stood here 12 years ago, based on the documents from the police investigation. I recreated the scene to show what it looked like when police arrived at 7 AM the next day. It appears a fair amount of snow had piled up here. Yeah, I heard that the footprints in the snow were prime piece of evidence. The snow fell during the day on the day of the incident. So, the snow only fell before the crime took place. Which means the footprints wouldn't have been erased by any further snow. We must make sure to pay close attention to these footprints. Orphanage front yard. Oh my god, look at all the footprints. Well, they lead to Jack Cameron. So, this is the eyewitness of the president's kidnapping, Jack Cameron. What exactly did he witness? I recreated the state of his body based on the photos taken by the police. Okay. It appears he was struck on the head from behind. Okay. The murder weapon was a brick, right? It looked like it was... It looks like the ones from this garden. The blood that flowed from his head has splattered all over the surroundings. Nice. Here, take this. It's Mr. Cameron's autopsy report. Okay. So, bludgeoned to death February 10th around 1 AM. Alright. Okay, so now we get to inspect him. Oh! First thing I noticed right away was this. A yellow flower has fallen here. In the language of flowers, it means a stolen treasure. Kay, please stop making things up. Still, this flower seems to be of a different variety from the ones growing nearby. Well then, why is it in a place like this? This bothers me a little. We should examine the flower bed itself after this. I knew it. Someone must have stolen this from somewhere and brought it here. Okay. And in the language of flowers, this means an angry prosecutor. Oh my god. Oh shit. Jack Cameron was a freelance journalist. He was killed because he witnessed the president's kidnapping. The blood really stands out in the recreation. It's giving me the heebie-jeebies. Even in the original photo, it looked brutal enough. A lot of blood was spilled. The back of his head is covered in blood. That must be where all the blood spilled from. According to the autopsy report, he was struck in the back of the head with a brick. Indeed. It's likely that the killer approached Mr. Cameron from behind. Is the victim holding something in his right hand? That's also written in the case files. It seems he was holding onto a button. A button? Did he tear it off the culprit's clothes? Ah, okay. Cameron's corpse held it tightly in his right hand, stained with Cameron's blood. Lovely. A camera? A camera? The victim was carrying a camera. Oh, according to the case files, it seems he only managed to take a single photo. Here it is. Oh shit. This is... Isn't that the president? He's being held at gunpoint. This must be the scene the victim witnessed. Wait a minute. The weird thing about this picture is it reminds me of a game called Gunpoint. Purely because of the character on the right, it looks like the main character of Gunpoint. At least I think it's called Gunpoint. Not entirely sure if I'm completely honest. Anyway. So the person in the coat must be the kidnapper. Indeed, it seems like some sort of disguise. If the logic of Agent Lang's father is correct, then this person should be Patricia Rowland. But why is there only one photo? Perhaps he was killed before he could take any more. So Cameron's photo. Only a single photo of the president's kidnapping was taken. Right, so we already know the brick's the murder weapon. This is the brick that was used as a murder weapon? Murder weapon, brick. Found near Cameron's body, did it come from the facility grounds? You can find bricks like this all over the garden. They must have used one of them as a weapon. And finally his phone, maybe? I assume this is the victim's cell phone. That's right. Apparently Mr. Cameron gave his eyewitness testimony over the cell phone. What do you mean by over the cell phone? After Cameron found the president, it seems that he called his girlfriend. But she didn't answer the phone, so Cameron left a message on her answering machine. The tape is in the case files too. You want to hear it? Please. Oh, okay. Hello, Jill. Are you asleep already? I'm in front of the facility now, but something's not right. President Huang is here of all places. And what's more... Crap. The light just went off. I can barely see a thing now. I can't believe it, but it almost looked like he's being kidnapped. I thought I'd let you know. Oh! God, it ends with the brick. Boom. Wait, his girlfriend was called Jill. Was his girlfriend Jill Crane? No. No. What was that sound at the end? It seems he was attacked while he was still on the phone. Agent Lang, may I ask? What was the name of Mr. Cameron's beloved? I'm pretty sure I heard her name was Jill Crane. It was her! Wait a minute. Was she killed because she was connected to the SS5 incident? So it was true. Did you say Jill? This is why she was seeking revenge for 12 long years. Oh, revenge for her boyfriend's death or murder. That makes more sense. The feelings of the items Miss Crane inherited from her beloved brought her to the auction. She had come to exact revenge on the conductor, Blaze. Oh. But Miss Crane tried to get revenge on Blaze, right? Ah, okay. She may have wanted to get revenge on him for covering up the kidnapping case. Or perhaps she thought Blaze himself was the kidnapper. Oh no! So it was Jill Crane. Huh. Everybody's tied together in this, it seems. No, that's all that. So, examine this flower bed, because it's the one that's got the flowers on it. A flower bed? According to the data, this facility had 3 gardens. One in the front, one to the right, and one to the left. Each of these gardens contained 3 flower beds. The facility had 3 gardens, each one had 3 square-shaped flower beds. I think I can see what this is lining up with. The way these flower beds are lined up. Have I seen this arrangement somewhere before? Yes. That's basically a hint. Since it was during the winter, there were no flowers in bloom. What a shame. What's this yellow flower? Huh? Why is there a single flower here? That is a lion lily. It's a very rare type of lily. Did you say lion lily? That's the flower Miss Courtney gave to the president. What's it doing here? Could it be just a coincidence? If I recall, the lion lily originates from Asia. In the language of flowers, it means the bond between parent and child. I never knew you were so familiar with flowers. That much is common sense. You're simply lacking in your studies, Miles Edgeworth. Alright, logic. I can now do the flower beds and 3 footprints. Fucking hell, it's been ages. I've had this for so long. Yeah, since the start of the bloody case, which at this point is like 5 hours ago. Finally. Hooray! Perhaps this is the true nature of the monster's footprints. True nature? Yeah, if you look at their arrangements. Compare the positions of the 3 footprints and the 3 flower beds on the left. Ah. The exposed areas of dirt match the areas where the flower beds were. So Blaze dug holes in front of where each of the 3 flower beds used to be. But why? Exactly. Now, why would he do such a thing? I believe we have a piece of evidence that tells us why. Why did Blaze dig holes in the ground near the flower beds? Right, this is what I need the report on Nightly for, as it mentions the flower beds. The report from Patricia Rowland to Blaze to Best. It said that something was laid to rest in front of the flower bed. So Blaze was following Miss Rowland's instructions to dig it up. But why would he dig up 3 holes? The report didn't state which of the 3 flower beds the item was in front of. Oh, so Blaze didn't know exactly where to dig. So that's why he had to dig up all 3 spots. Most likely, yes. I'm sure Blaze himself was none too happy about that. He went through all that trouble. I wonder what he was trying to dig up. What did Blaze dig up? Instructed by Patricia, something was dug up near the flower beds. Wait. Whoa. Wait, is that snow? It was snow that just looks like it's melted. Oh, it's burned. Okay. This pillar appears to be burnt. According to the files, it seems there was a fire on the evening of the incident. A fire? Let's see here. Huh? It says that one of the children at the orphanage spilled kerosene and set it on fire as a prank. I guess that kid had far too much energy. And thanks to that, we can't make out any of the footprints near the main hall. Fire. Prior to the incident, a child's prank caused a fire on the facility grounds. What an idiot. These footprints stop near the body, so they must be Mr. Cameron's footprints. He sure has some big feet. They look like a size 11. According to the data, his shoes match these footprints. Okay. What about these ones? Because there are 2 tracks. The footprints here seem to lead to and from the body. These footprints were believed to be the culprits. The shoe size is about a size 7. That's fairly average for a woman. It seems we'll be able to tell who the culprit is from these footprints. Actually, no. 7 for a woman's fairly large. Okay, so we don't know who that is. Hey, Lang. 3 flower beds. And snow. Agent Lang? What's the matter? Something strange. I wasn't able to read the SS5 incident case files until now. Since Blaze had all the access to that information restricted. Yeah, that's right. And yet, I feel like I've seen this exact scene somewhere before. What do you mean? Where did I see this? If I could just remember. He looks deep in thought. I should leave him alone for a while. Okay. We've learned pretty much all that we can about the situation at the time of the murder. Oh, in that case, is there another scene you'd like to recreate? Yes, would you do the honors? I would like you to recreate the scene when the victim witnessed the president's kidnapping. Okay. Right, I'll recreate the scene based on Mr. Cameron's photo. There we go. Love the noise it makes. Just always the usual. Mr. Cameron is standing in the middle of the flower beds. Okay, here we are. And the president and the kidnapper are standing on the road. My old man based his initial investigation on this man's eyewitness testimony. As a result, it led him to believe that the kidnapping and this facility were related. And that's how he came to suspect the head of the orphanage, Patricia Rowland. Yeah. But in court, Blaze de Best treated this testimony as if it meant nothing. Why would he do that? The president and his kidnapper were not standing inside the orphanage grounds. So, a connection between the orphanage and the kidnapping was difficult to prove. Oh. I see. It's not like they were seen inside the orphanage, after all. No matter how much evidence the detectives gather at the crime scene, it doesn't mean squat if the prosecutor won't use it in court. I mean, Blaze did kind of say that once you get to his level, you can just make up your own truths. Blaze de Best had some kind of connection with Patricia Rowland. I figure they had some kind of deal going on. In other words, you think that Blaze was one of the kidnappers? Was Blaze a kidnapper? Blaze had Patricia found not guilty. Were they partners in crime? However, your father was convinced that Patricia Rowland was the culprit. Your father was a highly capable investigator, I presume. Might he have had some other basis for his conclusion?